Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third annual Halloween Madness event right here on the MTA YouTube channel. Be sure if you're new here, crush that subscribe button because we're about to turn loose 32 of the best Diecast Monster Trucks in side-by-side racing competition. They're all trying to claim the Halloween Madness Championship right here tonight. Aftershock making its debut, Monster Mutt Poodle, USA 1, Gravedigger, and more are all here and ready to throw it down for this championship. Now we're getting things cranked up and we're getting started at Halloween Madness because round one action coming at you right now, and we're kicking things off with Monster Mutt Poodle. This is Violet Craddock coming to the line, ready to take on Roland Cantwell out of Brentwood, Tennessee, and the Predator Machine over here in the near lane. The first race to kick off the third annual Halloween Madness event. It's the dog in the far lane, the big cat in the near lane. Who's going home with the first win of Halloween Madness? Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime now. Here's the green light on the line. They go. They're dead even in the straight, up and over the cars, and look out, Roland Cantwell flips it over into the shutdown area. He does pick up the win over Monster Mutt Poodle. What a ride there to kick off the third annual Halloween Madness event. Right here off the line, both drivers cut a great light. They're dead even down the straight stretch. Watch right here, flying up and over no man's land. The Predator Machine sailing across it. And look right here, gets bobbled up on the last set of cars, going end over end right into the graveyard. Nonetheless, Predator is moving on in a round two competition. Here you see some of the damage done to the Predator Machine, kicking off round one at Halloween Madness. No doubt in my mind their crew's going to have that truck back at the line for round two. Now coming up next in round one, Joey Andrews out of Hagerstown, Maryland returns in the black staying forward. He is now set to take on Ethan Wagner, the rookie who made his debut just a few months ago and has claimed several victories out here on the MTA circuit. He's trying to put the Cyclops Chevrolet in the winner's circle here tonight. Who's it going to be? Ford versus Chevrolet. Cyclops in black staying now down the straight stretch, up and over the cars here. And Joey Andrews trying to shut it down, and he gets the big-time win over the Cyclops Machine. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see the Black Stallion Machine back in round two action here at Halloween Madness. A great run there by Joey Andrews. He'll be back later on. And next up in round one, we've got Olivia Cantwell in the Nightmare Chevrolet. Now set to take on Fifi Karis in the Snake Bite here out of the far lane out of Pacific, Missouri, ready to rock and roll. We's looking to do good here tonight at Halloween Madness. Olivia Cantwell made her debut just a couple of months ago. That Nightmare Machine's a fast truck. Again, Ford versus Chevrolet. Green light goes down now. Snake Bite got her up the line. Nightmare trying to come back, and she pulls the trigger. Snake Bite turns it over. Cantwell all over the graveyard there. Gets it shut down, but Fifi in the far lane, the Snakebite Machine, has rolled over going across the finish line. Nightmare is your winner, ladies and gentlemen. As we go down now to the MTA track crew and officials, they're rolling Snakebite back over. There you see a little bit of body damage done. Fifi letting it all hang out there over that last set of cars, and it costed him right there in the end. He loses out to Nightmare here tonight, and the Nightmare Machine moves on in the round two competition. A tough break for Fifi and Snakebite. However, next up in round one competition here, we've got Caden Wilson in Jurassic Attack. He is ready to rock and roll here tonight. The rookie trying to put on a good presentation at one of the bigger events. But speaking of rookies, we've got a first-time ever driver out here. This is Spooky in the Halloween edition. Mohawk Warrior ready to rock and roll in the near lane. Can the rookie upset Caden Wilson here in round one? It's Jurassic Attack and Mohawk Warrior now down the straight stretch. And look at Mohawk fly high, and look out, turns it over across the last set of cars. And that's a little bit of a rookie mistake there. It looked like Spooky hung his foot a little too long in the throttle. Nonetheless, picking up the round one win. But next up in round one, Jason Craddock, BKT, coming to the line. We've seen him out here many times before. That's a fast truck, ladies and gentlemen. But he draws up another newcomer. That's Wyatt Anderson in the Zombie Machine out of Orlando, Florida, over here in the near lane. Who's going on to round two? BKT takes on Zombie. Green light going down now. Up the line they go. BKT with a slight lead. Zombie coming back on him in the Zombie Machine. And oh, look out there in the far lane. Jason Craddock knocked over our sign there in the shutdown area, but Zombie moves on into round two. Next up in round one, the longtime veteran himself, James Valancourt returns in the UFO Ford out of Semifinal, New Jersey. There you see him in the far lane, looking better than ever. Now set to take on Corey Marvin in the Eradicator Chevrolet here in the near lane. Again, Ford versus Chevrolet. Who goes on to round two? Corey Marvin trying to get a big win here tonight down the straight stretch. They go. He's starting to pull a lead out of over the car. And Valancourt may have just come up a little bit short there at the finish line, and we confirmed that he did. So starving Corey Marvin gets the win in Eradicator. A close race nonetheless, but next up in round one, it's your boy Shaggy, Matt Cheever, Grave Digger the Legend coming to the line. We haven't seen him out here in quite some time. So glad that he's back in the Legend there in the far lane. He's now set to take on a newcomer in Jimmy Ferguson out of Columbus, Michigan, the Avenger Chevrolet here in the near lane. Who's going to round two? Grave Digger the Legend takes on Avenger. Here's the green light now down the straight stretch we go. Shaggy pulling a lead on him. Avenger trying to come back, and look out. Grave Digger the Legend. Matt Cheever turns it over in round one. What a wild ride that the Legend just went on. We're going down now to our MTA replay. Right here off the line, you see Shaggy starting to pull a lead on him from the start. Jimmy Ferguson and the Avenger trying to close the gap. Just doesn't have enough. Got a little crossed up in no man's land. Look at the far lane though, Shaggy hanging a foot in it. Tried to bring it around, unable to do so. The truck has turned over. Now the MTA track crew and officials are down there to roll him back over. And his crew's going to have some work to do to get that truck back in action for round two. Nonetheless, Shaggy putting on a show early here in round one with his Grave Digger the Legend machine. Little tore up there. He'll be back for round two competition. You know the fans love that right there. But next up in round one action, we've got John Kadiux and Bulldozer now coming to the line to take on Nugget in a brand new truck making its MTA debut. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Gangster over here in the near lane. We're going to see if Nugget has enough to put the veteran and John Kadiux on the trailer early here tonight in round one, or is Kadiux taking it all the way into round two? Ladies and gentlemen, here's the green light now down the straight truck. Bulldozer's pulling the lead, but Gangster coming back in the end, and that may have been too close to call from up here in the booth. Both drivers shutting it down into the graveyard. We're going down now to our photo finish to confirm a winner, and it's going to be Nugget in the near lane. The Gangster machine just barely edges out Bulldozer. Now next up in round one competition, the Cowboy from Hell, Timothy Cantwell and Bounty Hunter, who made his debut on the MTA circuit 1 year ago tonight at Halloween Madness 2. He is now set to take on Hayden Altman over there in the far lane, the brand new Aftershock making its debut. Here's the green light Ford and Chevrolet now down the straight flex. They're even up and over the cars. We got a race, ladies and gentlemen. What an incredible matchup. Bounty Hunter versus Aftershock. Again, we're going down now to our MTA photo finish to try and confirm a winner. Both drivers letting it all hang out. Here's a better look at it. Your winner, Tim Cantwell and Bounty Hunter, will pick up the win over Aftershock. Next up in round one competition, we've got the return of the Midnight Rider. Justin Lamb back in action, ready now to take on the Grave Digger over there in the far lane. Mike Council out of Kildova Hills, North Carolina, the Chevy panel van ready to go. Now set to take on the old style Willys here. Midnight Rider in the near lane. Only one's going on to round two competition. Who's it going to be? Grave Digger takes on Midnight Rider as we go green. Down the straight stretch to go. Midnight Rider bobbles up the Grave Digger coming back in the end trying to shut it down, and Council turns it over. The Grave Digger in the far lane gets into the Madness sign going into the graveyard. Nonetheless, what an incredible race. Midnight Rider and the Grave Digger. Here's our photo finish. Your winner, Mike Council and the Grave Digger out of the far lane, and what a ride it was for him. But next up in round one, Michael Harry, El Toro Loco coming to the line. Now set to take on the kid who never ceases to amaze me. Kieran Adams out of Semifinal, New Jersey, the Liquidator Ford in the far lane, ready to rock and roll at the third annual Halloween Madness event. Who's going on to round two? Liquidator takes on El Toro Loco. Here's the green light, ladies and gentlemen, off the line they go. Liquidators pull the lead, up and over the cars now, and Kieran Adams gets in trouble there, almost turns it over, but he picks up the win here in round one competition over El Toro Loco. And next up in round one, we've got the return of the Wild Man, Ryan Johnson and Bulldozer, now set to take on another new rookie sensation who debuted just a couple of months ago. Already secured a Thursday Night Thunder championship. That's Charlie Stevens here in the Blue Thunder Ford in the near lane. Does he have enough to take out the old veteran here in round one competition? Ryan Johnson's been out from behind the wheel for quite some time. Green light goes down now. Bulldozer and Blue Thunder. It's a shootout to the finish line over the car. And what a race it is. Stevens into the wall. Johnson getting it shut down way out in the far end of the shutdown area. What an amazing race here at Halloween Madness. Going down now to our photo finish. Your winner's going to be Ryan Johnson and Bulldozer by about 3/4 of a truck over Blue Thunder. And the racing's getting so tight here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But next up is second generation driver Aiden Johnson, the lumberjack machine in the far lane. Now set to take on the kid who knows how to make a name for himself. That's Jalen Buford out of St. Paul, Minnesota, the USA 1 Chevrolet here in the near lane. Who's going on to round two? Lumberjack and USA 1 down the straight track. USA 1 in trouble. Look out! Turns it over, and Lumberjack plows through the sign down there in the shutdown area. What a race it was. Jalen Buford got all crossed up, coming off that straight stretch, going down now to our MTA replay. Right here off the line, you can start to see USA 1 getting a little cattywampus. He's trying to correct it and get the truck going straight. Watch over no man's land. He shoots to the center of the track. He tried to gather it up, but turned it over, leaving all the room for Aiden Johnson and Lumberjack to get the win. What a race it was. But next up in round one, out of Paxton, Illinois, Maximum Destruction coming to the line, ladies and gentlemen. It's Peanut behind the wheel, now set to take on Brian Prazak and Monster Patrol, the Chevrolet out of Portage, Indiana, ready to rock and roll here in the near lane. Who's going on to round two? It's a battle of old Tom Mintz trucks down the straight stretch they go. Maxine's pulling the lead, Monster Patrol coming back, and Peanut turns it over. He lost it there. I think he clipped the landing ramp over there through no man's land, ladies and gentlemen. Nonetheless, Monster Patrol and Brian Prazak is your winner as we go back down now to our MTA replay. Right here off the line, you can see Max D pulled an incredible lead on Monster Patrol. Watch him go down the straight stretch when he hits the first jump. Right here, Max D in the far lane, the rear tires clipped the landing ramp, and Peanut was all on it for the ride, and nonetheless on the trailer for the rest of the night. But now the MTA track crew and officials are down there to make sure he's okay. He's out of the truck waving to the fans, and Max D has seen better days, ladies and gentlemen, as they get him turned right side up. There you see the damage done to Max D. Peanut putting on a show here tonight for the Halloween Madness fans. And Monster Patrol will move on into round two competition, but coming up next in round one, we've got Joseph Nelson in the Mind Blower machine, now set to take on the kid that's making a huge name for himself. He already secured the Redemption Championship last month, and he's already taken home 2 Thursday Night Thunder championships. Walker Stevens, son of a digger here in the near lane, who goes on to round two, Mind Blower, son of a digger. Here's the green light down the straight stretch to go. They're dead even up and over no man's land, and what a race it is. Mind Blower turns it over. Joseph Nelson trying to chase down son of a digger out of that far lane. Gets into the sign in the shutdown area and turns it over. Let's go back now to our photo finish to confirm a winner, and it's going to be Walker Stevens and son of a digger out of the near lane by merely inches. What an incredible race. But now to close out round one competition, 2 longtime MTA veterans are going to do battle in the last matchup of round one. Rich Wagner in the Wild Hair Chevrolet, the former 12-time Thunder champion, now set to take on Downtown Mitch Brown and Bigfoot, the former 8-time Thunder champion. Ford versus Chevrolet to close out round one down the straight tracks. They're even up and over the cars, and it's a race to the finish line, ladies and gentlemen. What an incredible race. 2 longtime veterans throwing it down. Ford versus Chevrolet, Bigfoot versus Wild Hair. Here's our photo finish recap. And Mitch Brown and Bigfoot get the win over the Wild Hair machine. And ladies and gentlemen, round one was just the tip of the iceberg, because now we go round two racing. And up first, we've got Joey Andrews out of Hagerstown, Maryland, bringing back the Black Stallion machine. Now set to take on Roland Cantwell, who turned the truck over in the first race of round one. The crew has been thrashing. They got it back there. You see the body damage done. They're trying to take out Black Stallion here to kick off round two competition. Who's going on to round three competition at Halloween Madness? Here's the green light now. Black Stallion and Predator Stallion. Quarterly Predators coming back on them in an incredible race. Look out, Cantwell into the wall here in the near lane. Predator trying to shut it down. Again, we have to go back to our photo finish. The racing so close tonight. Your winner, Roland Cantwell and Predator here in the near lane. Next up in round 2 competition, we've got Olivia Cantwell in the Nightmare Chevrolet, now set to take on Spooky Mohawk Warrior. He turned the truck over in round 1 here in the near lane. He's back in action in the far lane. The crew got him back together. A little bit of a wild ride nonetheless, ready to take on Olivia Cantwell in the Nightmare Chevrolet out of the near lane, who laid down a quick time fast earlier tonight. Here's the green light now. Mohawk Warrior and Nightmare down the straight stretch. Warrior pulling the lead. Nightmare trying to come back and doesn't have enough in the tank. Mohawk Warrior gets the win over the Nightmare Chevrolet here in round 2. Next up in round 2, Starvin' Corey Marvin bringing back the Eradicator Chevrolet, now set to take on Wyatt Anderson, the zombie machine out of Orlando, Florida, here in the near lane. Both drivers made fast passes all night long in round 1 and qualifying. They see each other yet again in round 2 competition. Who's going on to round 3? Eradicator versus Zombie. Here's the green light now. Down the straight stretch they go. They're hanging even. Eradicator pulling a slight lead, and look out, Zombie turns it over. Going across the finish line. Looked like the rear tires hit the seat container there at the finish line. Turned the truck over, but Starvin' Corey Marvin is your winner. And ladies and gentlemen, up next, a little bit of a family feud as your boy Shaggy Matt Cheever returns. Grave Digger the Legend had the hard roll over there in round 1. There you see the damage done. He is now set to take on his nephew Nugget in the brand new Gungster machine. Green light going down now. Uncle versus nephew. Up and over the cars and Gungster. Look out, turns it over. Oh, Cheever upside down. And ladies and gentlemen, it must run in the family as the fans are going absolutely crazy here tonight at Halloween Madness. Going back down now to our replay. Watch Nugget in the far lane, the Gungster machine, pulling a lead over Grave Digger the Legend. Watch him fly high up and over some sick air by Cheever. He tried to gather it up. Look at the far lane, Nugget going end over end. Shaggy on 2 wheels, so much action to call. However, Gungster is your winner. But next up, again, the man who's celebrating his 1-year anniversary driving Bounty Hunter, the Cowboy from Hell, Tim Cantwell and Bounty Hunter in the far lane, ready to take on Mike Council in the Grave Digger here in the near lane. He turned it over in round 1. Ford versus Chevrolet, Bounty Hunter and Grave Digger. Looks like Bounty Hunter's got a lead on him, and Grave Digger came back. Cantwell's upside down, and Mike Council in the Grave Digger pick up the round 2 win. Cantwell, unfortunately, on the trailer. A tough break for Bounty Hunter, but next up in round 2, Wild Man Ryan Johnson comes back in Brodozer to take on an old arch rival. That's Kieran Adams in the Liquidator machine, again out of Cinemissa, New Jersey, ready to go here in the Ford in the near lane. This race right here, ladies and gentlemen, might be solely for bragging rights. Brodozer in the far lane, Liquidator in the near lane. Who's going on to round 3? Here's the green light now. They're even up the line and down the straight stretch, and we got a race folks across the finish line. Kieran Adams and Ryan Johnson letting it all hang out here at the 3rd annual Halloween Madness event. Both trucks laying down a fast pass. Going back down to our photo finish. Your winner, Kieran Adams and Liquidator out of the near lane, getting the win over Brodozer. And next up in round 2 competition, Aiden Johnson returns, Lumberjack, ready to rock and roll. He knocked out USA 1 earlier tonight in round 1. He is now set to take on Brian Prazak in the Monster Patrol Chevrolet out of Portage, Indiana. He is now staged over there in the far lane. He's trying to knock off Lumberjack to go into round 3. Who's it going to be, folks, as the light gets ready to go green? Good start by both drivers down the straight stretch. They're even up and over the cars here. And look out, Lumberjack's over into the wall. Aiden Johnson putting it all out there on the line in round 2 competition. Brian Prazak in Monster Patrol had a wild ride himself on 2 wheels coming off that finish line. We're going back down now to our MTA replay. You see right here, both drivers cut a great light. They are door handle to door handle all the way down the straight stretch, up and over no man's land, and right here at the finish line, your winner is going to be Aiden Johnson and Lumberjack. But look at the far lane. Brian Prazak pulls out an incredible save there. What a piece of driving nonetheless, but Lumberjack does move on. And folks, next up to close out round 2, Downtown Mitch Brown returns in Bigfoot. Again, the Ford out of Pacific, Missouri, now set to take on the new kid on the block. That's Walker Stevens, son of a digger. Mitch Brown getting his first crack at the rookie. Who's taking home the round 2 win? Here's the green light now down the straight stretch. They're hanging even over the cars now, and Walker Stevens putting it all out there against the veteran. He turns it over there on that last van stack next to the graveyard, but Mitch Brown was not cutting him any slack. However, Son of a Digger is your winner here to close out round 2 competition. But next up, folks, the racing's getting more intense because round 3 action coming right at your front door. Roland Cantwell is on a rail here tonight. He brings back the Predator machine out of Brentwood, Tennessee. He is now set to take on the newest kid on the block. This is Spooky making his debut here tonight at Halloween Madness, the brand new Mohawk Warrior, ready to go in the near lane. Who goes on the semifinal competition? Predator and Mohawk Warrior down the straight. Let's go. Predator's pulling the lead on a Mohawk in trouble, and Roland Cantwell gets the win here in round 3 competition. He'll put the new kid on the trailer. Mohawk Warrior is going home. Predator's coming back for semis. Who is he going to meet there? Because Starving Corey Marvin bringing back the Eradicator machine. He's having the night of his life here. They have got the truck dialed in and running at 110%. He's now set to take on the brand new Gangster machine over there in the far lane. That's Nugget, ladies and gentlemen. He took out Gravedigger the Legend earlier. Green light goes down, now the brand new truck in the far lane over no man's land, and we got a race. Marvin turns it over in the shutdown area. These guys are letting it all hang out, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even have the words anymore. The racing is so close. Look at the MTA replay. Off the line, Starving Corey Marvin pulling a slight lead, but the Gangster machine out of the far lane coming back on him over no man's land. But Eradicator wasn't having it. He'll stop right there at the finish line, and he gets the win. Corey Marvin and Eradicator by about half a truck. And hopefully the team can get him back in action for semifinals as he turned the truck over there in the shutdown area. Nonetheless, we're moving right along with round 3. Mike Council bringing back the Gravedigger, now set to take on Kieran Adams. The Liquidator forward out of Cinnamon, New Jersey, is running strong here tonight at Halloween Madness. Does he have enough to take out the Gravedigger and move on to semifinals? Both trucks are staged now. Who's it going to be as the light goes green off the line? That goes Liquidator's pulling the lead. The Gravedigger trying to come back to him. It turns it over and goes to Mike Council. And the Gravedigger trying to chase down Liquidator. Nonetheless, Kieran Adams is your winner out of the far lane. And now to close out round 3 competition, Aiden Johnson and Lumberjack turned it over in the last round. The crew got him back here to close out round 3 competition at the starting line. Lumberjack in the near lane, ready to take on rookie sensation Walker Stevens and Son of a Digger out of the far lane. One of these trucks is moving on to semis. Here's the green light now off the line. They go, they're hanging even. Son of a Digger now pulling the lead over the car. And Aiden Johnson may have just had enough to come back on him in the end over the finish line as he shut it down, getting into Mind Blower. We're going back down now. There you see Son of a Digger has turned it over again. Here's our photo finish, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't by much, but Walker Stevens and Son of a Digger moves on to semis. And ladies and gentlemen, a lot more great racing action still to come at Halloween Madness. Don't go anywhere. Semifinals are coming up next. But if you and your family are wondering how to sign up and get in on the action on the MTA YouTube channel, listen up. We're about to tell you just how you can do it in our next commercial break. What's going on, MTA fans? If you're looking to get in on the action right here on the MTA YouTube channel, look no further. I'm about to tell you guys just how you can sign up to get in one of these races. Head over to the link in our description, and that's going to take you right over to our Facebook page where we hold registration for all of the MTA events. And hey, while you're there, crush that subscribe button. Be sure to turn on the notification bell so you stay up to date with everything that MTA is doing. From new custom truck builds to special events and giveaways, you don't want to miss any of the great action MTA has to offer. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and I'll catch you guys down the road. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 3rd annual Halloween Madness as we get set for semis. We started with 32 trucks. We're now down to 4. Roland Cantwell turned the truck over in round 1. He's bringing the Predator machine back to the line. However, Starving Corey Marvin turned the Eradicator Chevrolet over in the last round. The crew's got him back. So these trucks are hurting a little bit, but they're ready for competition. Who's going on to the finals here at Halloween Madness? Green light going down now. Eradicator on the lead. Predator coming back on him over the car. And what a race. Cantwell gets him to the side. Eradicator gets him to the other trucks parked down there in the shutdown area. An incredible race nonetheless. We're going down now to our photo finish to confirm a winner. And it's going to be Starving Corey Marvin by inches in the far lane, taking out Predator. Now, who is Eradicator going to meet in the finals? Because Kieran Adams and Liquidator have been running strong all night long. They're ready to take home an event win here tonight out of that far lane. However, Walker Stevens digging holes and taking souls. The brand new son of a digger over here in the near lane, who's going to the finals to meet with the Eradicator. Both trucks stayed at the line. They want this event win bad. Who's it going to be? Green light going down that Liquidator, and son of a digger down the stretch. They're even over the car, and what a race! Son of a digger turns it over again here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. An unbelievably close race here to close out semis. Here's a better look at your photo finish. Your winner, Walker Stevens, and son of a digger. He's going to meet Eradicator in the finals. But before we get to the finals, ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you guys that coming up this Thursday on the MTA YouTube channel is the November season premiere of Thursday Night Thunder. 16 of the best Diecast Monster Trucks are going to be competing all month long, trying to claim the overall points championship and carry the prestigious checkered flag on the back of that truck. So be sure to tune in to Thunder this Thursday night for our season premiere. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's down to the nitty-gritty. It's final time here at the 3rd annual Halloween Madness. And folks, this one is going to be a barn burner. Son of a digger coming back to the line to meet Eradicator. Starving Corey Marvin. He's been known to be knocked out in first round eliminations. He is here tonight in the finals. The Eradicator machine's running top notch. He wants to get across that finish line first and gather his first event win. Over here in the far lane is rookie sensation Walker Stevens, and son of a digger. He took home the Redemption Championship last month. Can he go 2 for 2? We've seen it before on the MTA channel. Who's it going to be? Son of a digger takes on Eradicator. It's showtime at Halloween Madness down the straight stretch. They're dead even up and over the cars, and what a race! Marvin turns it over, and son of a digger in the far lane parks it in the graveyard. What an incredible final here at the 3rd annual Halloween Madness event. These two drivers letting it all hang out. Who got the win? We aren't sure as we go down to our MTA replay. Right here off the line again, both drivers cut a great light. These two trucks running top notch all night long. Right here up and over no man's lane. Looks like Stevens has a slight lead, hitting that last set of cars, and right there you see it. Son of a digger got the win, but Marvin hung right there with him. So ladies and gentlemen, help me in congratulating the rookie sensation, Walker Stevens, and son of a digger. You are the 3rd annual Halloween Madness champion. And ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible night of racing. I want to personally thank each and every one of you for coming out and joining us for the 3rd annual Halloween Madness event. If it wasn't for you guys, we definitely would have gave this up a long time ago, and I appreciate your continued support. Thank you for watching the show. Be sure to tune in to Full Throttle at the end of November right here on the MTA YouTube channel. Thank you all so much for supporting everything we do. Be sure, if you haven't already, crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you down the road. See you next time.